on people, and then people band together to shoot it down. So why can't they do that with this?
Right, like, there's all kinds of people walking the streets that would do the same thing that Adolf Hitler did in a minute if they thought they could do it and get away with it.
Yeah, literally. It's more than you think, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there who would do that same kind of thing that Adolf Hitler did. There's people in Mississippi right now that would go lynch somebody or hang somebody, if they thought they could get away with it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people that want to do something like that, but they're not sure if they can get away with it because it's become very unpopular. Because people have been arrested over the years and it's been in the news, and so it's become unpopular to do that. But see, with this gang stalking stuff, they're not making it unpopular to do it. So the only reason people are still doing this is because people feel like they can get away with it.
Yeah. And it's like, that's what gets them into, like, the group. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what makes them, like, connected to other people because they feel like the odd one out when you're not doing it.
Right.
And to also add to what you're saying earlier about the Hitler thing, the crazy thing is, like, I always hear people say, oh, if I was back then, I wouldn't own a slave. Oh, if I was back then, I would have saved the Jews and helped them out. No, the fuck wouldn't. You would have fell in line. And you would have.
Hell yeah. Yup. You're motherfucking right. I heard that stuff. I heard that stuff my whole life. Matter of fact, I remember I was in like the 6th grade, and some guy that I knew, we were in the 6th grade, and he said this out loud. He said that if he was in the Holocaust and I was Jewish, he wouldn't have helped me. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Some motherfucker I went to school with said that. I thought we were friends, and he said something like that one day. And you're absolutely right, man. The people that are walking around today, they're saying, oh, if I was alive in the Holocaust, I would have helped people. I would have tried, to get them to safety and stuff. No, the fuck, you're absolutely right. No, the fuck, they wouldn't have.
Yeah, they would not do that.
They would have been one of the main people saying, lock them up.
Mm-hmm. Literally. Because it's like, look at what's happening today. You're joining in. You're doing the same thing. Just because something is popular, a majority is doing something, doesn't mean it's always right. There's times where the leader could lead majority of the masses off a cliff. So it's like, it does, just because a lot of people are doing it doesn't, justify it, is what I'm really trying to say. There's a lot of people do things that are wrong all the fucking time. It's like, just like, yeah, like the Holocaust, or like how in some places, like they treat women as like objects and shit like that. Like, people just go with like the main ideology. They don't try to fight against it or think of something different at all. If it's what everyone else is doing, they just fall in line.
Right.
That's the problem. That's
right.
I feel like gang stalking, like, it could end, but it's not going to end anytime soon. And gang stalking, the problem with it, if it does end, there's just going to be so much bloodshed before it ends. Like,
there was this it's like until there's consequences, then people don't want to stop. Like, there's this YouTube video, and it's in Alabama, and it's these two guys saying they're Blood gang members. They're part of the Bloods gang in Alabama, and then some guy was there from Long Beach, California, and he was saying that he wanted to fight one of them, just to see who can fight better. That's all it was. And so the guy who was supposed to be a Blood he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to fight him, like, you know. So you could tell he wasn't really a gang member like what he thought he was. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of them guys that are in those gangs in Los Angeles, they do that. You know, they fight each other all the time, and so like there was a consequence that came along with being a blood gang member, and he didn't want that consequence. He didn't want to have to fight that dude, and and that made me think of gang stalking when I saw that. Like, not that gang stalking has anything to do with street gangs, but it made me think, like, if somebody, like, if you just ran up and punched one of these gang stalkers in the mouth or something like that, I bet you, if they started getting consequences like that, I bet you they would think twice of following people around.
Yeah, literally. Like, I don't get how people don't see how this shit is not connected with school shootings. Like, I'm pretty sure majority of the school shootings, people were getting gang stalked. To some extent, like,